You walk into an interview, they're all smiling. Then they tell you, tell us a time when you faced a challenge. And suddenly, your mind goes blank. Sounds familiar? What if I told you there's a very simple formula that you can use to answer this kind of question that will almost guarantee you will stand out? In this video, I am going to share with you a very powerful formula that helps you answer competency-based interview questions, sometimes known as behavioral interview questions, the kind of questions that always start with, tell us a time when, You can fill it up with, you faced a difficult situation, or you were working on a project and you were behind on the deadline. The formula is called the STAR method, but most people use it the wrong way, or they use it in a very generic way. Now, in this video, I want to take you step by step on how you can be able to apply this formula, give you real life examples, and then share with you the strategy I use with my clients to help them ace interviews with the UN, NGOs, and international organizations. And they end up landing a job they never thought it would be possible. So you are in for a treat. As we get started, I want to ask you to smash that subscribe button if you have not yet subscribed to this channel. And also make sure you like this video. It really motivates me to continue producing such valuable videos. And at the end of it, if you find some value out of this video, make sure you share it with a friend, a colleague, or anyone who would benefit from this video. Having dealt with that, so let's get into this formula called the STAR formula. The STAR method is a simple structure to help you remember how to answer competency-based questions. What does it stand for? S stands for situation. What was the scene? What was happening? T stands for the task. What was your responsibility? What was your challenge? A stands for action. What actions did you take? And R is for result. What was the outcome? After you taking the action, what result came out? Here's an example. If you're asked, tell us a time when you had to solve a very difficult problem. This is how you would answer it. S, the scene. You can say something like, at my previous job, our donor reporting system was outdated, and the quarterly report took nearly a week to compile it manually. T for task. As the project coordinator, I was responsible for delivering accurate financial and narrative reports on time. So what action did you take? I proposed using a simple Excel automation to consolidate key data. I worked with our finance office to redesign our templates and trained the team on how to use these templates. What was the result? We cut reporting time from 5 days to just 1 day. And our next report received 0 revision request from the donors. The system is still in use 2 years down the line. This answer works because it shows initiative, technical skills, collaboration, and measurable outcome. Here's another example. If you're asked, tell us about a time where you worked in a team. You would start by setting up the scene, the situation, and say something like, during a national health campaign rollout, our company partnered with 2 county government and 3 other organizations. What was your task? I was assigned as the logistic focus point to ensure timely delivery of supplies across 10 remote clinics. What action did you take? I initiated weekly coordination calls, created a shared delivery tracker on Google Sheets, and personally resolved conflict between our procurement and country transport team. What was the result of that? We completed 100% of the deliveries on time, and the campaign reached over 50,000 people, exceeding our target by 20%. This answer paints a very clear picture of what happened and also quantifies the impact. There are some common mistakes people do when they're using the STAR method. Mistake number one, they take too much time to set up the background. They spend a lot of time in the situation and the task, while you are supposed to spend more time talking about the action that you took and the result that came out of it. Mistake number two, the answers are very generic. We worked hard and we succeeded. You need to be very specific. What exactly did you do? And mistake number three, they don't talk about the results. It is very important for you to talk about the result. You can forget all the other things, but the action you took and the result, and if possible, quantify the result. How many people impacted? How much time did you save? How much money did you save? How much revenue did you increase? Always try to give a number and quantify it if possible. For you to be able to create your own powerful STAR story, the first step is understanding the core competencies for that specific role. Once you understand the core competencies of that role, then look back at your previous experiences and build up some stories, 2 or 3 stories for each competency. The good news here is that I took my time and I created a course. If you are focusing to get to the UN, I came up with a course, Mastering UN Job Competencies. Here's the truth. It will be very difficult for you to get to the competency-based interview if you have not really demonstrated that you understand these competencies in your application. In the course, Mastering UN Job Competencies, I take you through the whole process, how you can demonstrate your competencies in the application process, when answering the UN job application questions, when you're writing your motivation letter, when you are doing the online assessment, until you get to that point where you're now doing the competency-based interview. You can use this formula. I have given even more examples in the course. And if you're interested, the link is in the description. Apply to join this course. And as we finish up, I want to give you another example. What if you're asked, tell us a time when you had conflict with a colleague? How do you answer it? First, set the scene, the situation. You can say something like, while working on our regional proposal, a colleague and I disagreed on the data source to use for our needs analysis. So, what was the task at hand? As a team leader, I needed to ensure we have a unified evidence-based proposal to meet the submission deadline. So what action did you take? I set up a short meeting where we each presented our sources. Then I facilitated a discussion and proposed a combined element from both to increase credibility. What was the result? We were able to submit the proposal 2 days early, and it was approved for 1.2 million US dollars funding, with a positive feedback on our comprehensive data approach. This answer works very well because it shows conflict resolution, collaboration, and strategic thinking, all in a story. If you'd like the examples I've given to you, where you can copy and paste and try and change and edit it to fit into your criteria, I have written an article with these exact examples. Check the link in the description below. When you start the interview, most of the time you will be asked, tell us about yourself. Watch this video on how to introduce yourself in an interview. Make sure, again, you like this video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and until my next video, I'm out.